What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Gettin Litty with Critty. I'm again on the Charleston kick, and today we have two more people who I have worked with for about a year-ish, and then we all went different places except for one of them, and that's kind of how we ended up. But anyways, we have Nick, me and him went for the same job, and he ended up getting it, and I went part-time at that place. And we have Regan, who then just took over Nick's job, and we're all gone. What is up, everybody?
Hi.
Yikes, buddy.
Was that a lot to take in from the get-go?
It was a lot to take in, but I've taken in more, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, he's got the blackout shirt on. It's going to be a ride.
We're off to a hot start. So Reagan's got a mixed drink, so she can't do it. Nick, you go ahead and give her the old pop-a-rooney on that wine bottle. I'll wait till you get close to give the old Boo Light a pop-a-rooney. You let me know when you think you're close.
Holy shit.
Reagan, can you do me a favor? Can you hold your microphone up to his wine bottle as he's giving the old two-hander to it?
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
There we go.
There you go, bud.
How have you been?
You know, living that furlough life. Thank you, Corona. I guess could be better, could be worse.
It's fair enough.
I mean, yeah, just kind of riding out the furlough life as well. But I've been getting drunk a lot, which is fun.
That's always good.
Been a major contributor to the financial success of Tinder, Bumble, and Hinge.
It's always nice to hear.
But, you know, hey, it's these are quarantine times. I mean, not so much anymore. Things are opening up. But obviously, like, coming back to Charleston from New Jersey, everything's still kind of closed up there. So it's a lot nicer down here, I'll tell you that.
For the people listening, if you hear that really shitty Canadian accent, it's because he's from Michigan.
It's one of my favorite things to make fun of.
And I swear to God, he wants to be from Canada. He really does.
When weren't you born in Canada?
You were born in
was.
Canada, but then you moved to Michigan when you were how old?
Like 2.
Yeah, so you're from Michigan.
But
You're from Michigan.
Oh, he's got dual citizenship, so if shit goes, bad here, he's heading north.
Yeah.
Sure. It's always the card in the back pocket.
The old back pocket.
The card?
If this is any indication of how this is going to go for the duration of this thing, I may tap out after like 5 minutes.
You just gotta stop saying words that have an O in it, man. That's really it. You can avoid that. That'd be the best
My
part.
favorite is when he says sorry.
Oh, yeah.
You'll hear that a couple times for sure.
Oh, for sure. So you mentioned in your intro, Nick. Let's talk about how you've given funds to dating apps. Let's talk about that one real quick. Let's break that one down for the people who might not understand what you're talking about.
I mean, if you don't understand what I'm talking about, then I think you probably are living in a hole or something. But I did pay for Hinge. I'm a preferred member, so that means, unlimited likes, unlimited go backs if you accidentally do the X on someone. Tinder Gold, it's not what it's cracked up to be. Tinder kind of sucks anyway, so I deleted that, canceled my subscription to Bumble as well. Not my vibe. Definitely more of a Hinge guy. So I think. But yeah, it kind of goes without saying. Like, I paid for dating apps. Like, sue me. It's 2020.
How much success have you been having?
Sick brag. Probably 150 matches or so, and these aren't like.
And how long?
About a week. So basically, a couple are repeats, but that's just because you see one that you've already liked and matched with on one, you got to obviously like on the other. But I think the biggest thing for me is that I like to consider myself a gentleman. I know it's not the vibe you're getting right now, definitely. But
you are wearing sunglasses inside, but we'll talk about
so
that later.
Basically, I like to consider myself a gentleman, but I'm not saying that these are all like, I don't want to say ugly people, but can we cut this out?
No, not at all.
I mean, they're not. That's what I'm saying though. Like,
it's all staying.
these are all people that I would kiss sober. So like.
Then why would you want that to be cut out?
Ask Regan something. Wow.
We are off to a strong
So
start.
So Nick spends his money on dating apps. Regan, what have you been spending your money on lately?
Well, I moved, so I've been spending all my money on that and my cat.
How's the old Wrigley doing?
Wrigley is he's hiding somewhere. He's all right. he hates dogs, so it's been a transition for him.
It's been as some might say, a bear
A
to deal with.
bear to deal with. Oh. Oh, wow. Drink.
I'll be honest. I thought of that one at that very moment. I'm very proud of myself.
No, yeah. Wrigley will figure it out. But, no, I've been spending all my money on food. A lot of food. Me and Nick eat a lot of food.
Do you guys...
We do.
Do you get Uber Eats and DoorDash out here in the middle of BFE, or...
We do.
We did.
That's good.
I got quadruple chicken one day.
Oh, my God.
Break that down for me.
So Regan and I we like to go downtown Charleston, take photos and stuff. So we were on our way down there, and Regan's like, I want Cane's.
I love
And I
Cane's.
was like, I also want Cane's.
Sponsor me, Cane's.
So we got Cane's. I
we-
had to bring my own hot sauce because...
Yeah, she's got like the door, like in her door, whipping the sieve down there. She's got Frank's Red Hot stashed in the side,
I do.
so that when you can
Did
pull
you
it
have
up.
that when we all worked together?
No. I was just in that moment, I'm like, we're going to Cane's, I need some Franks.
It's the car sauce.
This is car sauce. Yeah.
So
Gotta respect it.
We get Cane's. We get down there. I realize hungry again. So we stopped by Buffalo Wild Wings on the way home, and I got chicken again. Then the next day, I finished my Buffalo Wild Wings, and then I went to like a cookout somewhere later that day, and I got a grilled chicken breast.
It's just chicken on chicken on
So
chicken
it was,
on
it was
chicken.
quadruple chicken.
You got a grilled chicken breast without the grilled chicken?
No. We've had a couple margs this afternoon. I'm not following that quickly right now.
1 for 2. Let's go this route. Let's talk first impressions. My name's in the podcast. Let's talk about me. What did y'all think of me the first time you met me?
I'm gonna be honest, I thought you were like 30 years old.
Yeah. I get that from a lot of people.
I'm not kidding. I was like, why is this middle-aged man trying to take a part-time position here? Like, you've got to be doing better things. And then I realized, oh my God, he's like 24 or whatever.
I was 22 when I interviewed for the job. I was 23 by the time I was working at the place that we all worked at. And well, because the kids I coached too all thought I was like married. They thought I was like locked in.
I would like to point out right now, for those of you, I mean, obviously everyone listening is going to know Christian, but for those of you who don't know Christian, marriage is not on the ballot for this man. Like, if anything, he's going to have like an open relationship with Bud Light, but that's about it.
Bud Latte knows how to get to my heart. That's about it. I haven't found a woman that's been able to do that to me.
Oh,
You okay there?
I got a comment, but I'm going to keep it to myself for now. Let's circle back to that one.
I'm scared. So scared. Let's go with this route. Let's go Regan. You don't get drunk but so much. You decide to partake the other way.
Yes.
Let's go. If you have a favorite drunk story, what would it be?
Favorite drunk story? Probably I was around 18, 19 years old. Parents are out of town.
We don't condone underage drinking.
No, none of that. Sorry.
Kid show.
Kid
You're
show.
fine. You're fine.
Kid show.
You're fine.
Well, I was partaking in the other half. But anyways, out of my mind, craziness. My friend is getting horrendously sick on my mother's nice hardwood floors. I'm panicking. And I go outside, and I'm asking for anyone for help. Everyone looks at me and then just proceeds to throw up on the side of the porch. I'm like, got this.
I
Solo
can respect
then.
that.
So that night, ended up messing up my pool, hardwood floors, in my backyard. It was a good time.
So your best drunk story is destroying your parents' house.
I suppose.
I just want to get that straight. I just want to make sure I got the.
I'm usually the sober one.
connected.
I'm usually the sober one who has to fix everyone's problems.
Reagan was the DD for the old drunch today, so shout out to Reagan on that part of it. She's working a little from behind
I don't
here.
know, man. Like, I mean, I've seen a lot of, like I said, I'm usually the sober one who fixes problems. I've seen a lot of couch burnings at WVU.
That's fair.
I've seen a lot of destruction and mayhem at WVU. I mean, just the usual, man.
I mean, that's fair. Now, I'll be honest. I want you because I'm afraid to ask. Nick, what's your favorite drunk story?
I have so many, Christian, and I know that we could probably do an episode for each stories, so we're gonna curtail this down to like one or two good ones. Do you have any in mind that you want me to tell? I'll ask you that first.
No, you let your mind ride wherever you want it to ride.
Don't tell me with a good time. All right, so I went to Ball State, the Harvard of Muncie, as some may call it. David Letterman, famous alum, sick brag. But there's not a lot to do in Muncie, Indiana. I played lacrosse there, lived in a house with 4 other guys on the lacrosse team. Like, we had a good time every once in a while. And there was one night where we were all just kind of walking back. We lived maybe a quarter mile from the bars, which is dangerous to begin with. You got Jimmy John's open till 3 a.m. You got
JJ.
hot box pizza coming in clutch. So there's plenty of stuff to do late into the early hours of the morning and stuff. And there's we're not doing last names on here.
I mean, if it's people you think are going to be almost completely disassociated from any of this whatsoever,
I'll just say her name was Katie.
Okay.
There's this girl, Katie, that I was talking to at the time. She's a sweetheart, beautiful girl. I think now works for, I think, a senator in Indiana. She's pretty cool. She's.
You should probably leave out her last name then.
Yeah, definitely. No, I'm just kidding. Her sister does. She's a twin sister. But anyways, so I was like Snapchatting people where I get in these moods where I just like to Snapchat and kind of like be a drunk asshole from time to time.
Yeah.
We are familiar.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, super familiar with that.
I'll send you. I have the Snapchat saved, so if you want to decide to put her in here or something, you're more than welcome to. But
I'll need
basically,
your permission.
I'm walking down the street and I open it up by saying, "Katie, whatever your last name is, how are you doing this evening?" And it just came out like that. Like, I mean, there's like, I got the drunk mouth, I got everything.
You turned evening into a word that had more than like 3 syllables. You turned it like 6. Is that what we're talking?
Yeah, I'm a math guy. I'm not good with English.
Okay.
So,
A math guy.
math guy.
You're a math guy.
Yeah, not meth. Muncie's known for meth.
Yes.
I'm a math guy with an A.
No, I just want to get this right. You went into video, but you're a math
You're
guy?
a math guy?
I'm not an English guy. We'll say that.
You're not. Well, yeah, because you speak Canadian. But you.
You're a math guy.
I'm not a math guy. That was a lie.
I have a hard time believing you were a math guy.
I'm not an intellectual. We'll just say that. I have a creative
You make
mind.
sick edits, everyone.
Facts. Actually, wait a second. I'll give a small plug here. If y'all go to my Instagram and search either of their first names, they'll pop up pretty quickly on there. These are 2 of the most talented, creative video people I know, which is half the reason I get the job. The other half is because Nick's better looking than me.
I don't know. I wouldn't go that far.
If I was still
You're a handsome
there,
bastard. Look at you.
If I was still there when Nick left, Regan probably would have gotten the job over me at that point as well, because Regan's 1,000 times more talented than me as well.
And
has
also
been doing
better
it-
looking.
Yeah, and has done it for half the time that I have, and she's flown. And I said the F word. I'll beep it out on my own. But but anyways, that's the big plug I wanted to put in there. I actually did show y'all's pictures of the gathering that was at the Capitol building for everything that's been going on recently, and one of my buddies wanted to post on their story, so this is me giving y'all a heads up that if you get some random notification that your post has been shared
100%.
on some random guy's story.
Share it.
Yeah, share
Okay.
it. Our,
Yeah.
our profiles are public.
Yeah.
Y'all want to share our work? Go for it.
This is my date. Hold on.
Update.
I have a date with a girl from Australia.
Please read all the text into the microphone so everybody can hear them.
Okay.
I'm ready.
I'm super pumped for this. I can't tell you how excited I am to hear how these are going to come out.
Hey, 3 o'clock tomorrow works. You want to get Margs again 2 days in a row? Question mark. Obviously, my
That's
answer
a
is yes.
stupid question. That's an awful
There are no
question.
stupid questions. She's from Australia. I don't know, dude. Like, she also. Oh wow. She said, "I'm so dead. Tell me you guys are hammered recording a podcast right now."
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That is on brand.
Izzy, if you're watching this, yes, we are.
Yes. Well, technically listening, the watching, just like a secondary form of
Sure.
doing this.
But yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's the other thing. If you want to burp, do it straight in the microphone.
Oh,
Done.
brilliant.
Because I thoroughly enjoy when I go through and edit it. And, like, I'm, like, just listening. And then it's just, like, this, like, really weird, like, moist sound that comes in and it's someone's burp that just blasts it.
Reagan hates the word moist.
That is the worst word in the English language.
Let's see how many times we can incorporate it realistically in the
Yes.
podcast the rest of the way.
Organically.
Yes.
We're
That's-
gonna have like a moist tracker, like just.
Well, I think
Is
we're
there
on 3 right now.
A tally? Yeah.
We're on 3 right now.
Check it up. 1, 2, 3 right there.
Ding, ding, ding. Oh God.
Do I have to tell the rest of my story?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, we left the people hanging. I just wanted to throw a quick plug for y'all, but anyways. go
Well,
ahead.
long story short, I asked this girl if I could sit on her face instead of if she could sit on my face.
Oh, how'd that work out for you?
She laughed. She thought it was funny.
That's really
Did not. There was no face sitting to be had after that. Safe to say, but you know how it goes.
No, I don't.
Keeping
Sick.
it real. Oh my God.
I don't know. The thing is I have so many stories, but I need to be prompted. So if you have one that comes off,
See, that's the thing too. Is like my story is probably awful. That's just the one that stands out to me, I guess.
Let's
but like,
let's
I'm gonna
go
go
this
through my
route.
Snapchat. I'll find one.
No, let's go this route. Let's go. Whether it's Reagan, all 3 of us, Reagan and Nick, or Reagan and me, or whatever it might be, or Nick, you think you and Reagan, whatever it might be, or me and you, whatever it might be. Tell a story that comes to your mind from that mindset of the people that are in this room currently.
I'm starting right now.
here we go.
Reagan, unless you got something that like, what do you got? Reagan, go
Off the top of
first.
my head, oh no, you go.
Okay.
If you got something, you go.
Atlanta, Georgia. Let me paint.
That's literally what I thought, but I didn't partake in this because I wasn't invited.
Oh gosh.
Let me paint the scene for you then.
But I do love these stories. It's a classic.
Atlanta, Georgia. SVG Video Conference, Sports Video Group.
College summit.
Yes, great organization. Christian, myself, we got. Let me just start off by going here. So we get to the hotel.
We learned how networking events go.
Yes, a lot of drinking, little networking.
Yeah.
But we're in Atlanta. We get to our hotel. We put the bags in the room, and we walk down to the lobby because we were going to go to a Braves game that evening.
Cool Bravos.
And the hotel bar has free drinks. Obviously, we're going to take advantage of that. So they had Pink Whitney's there. No free ads, but
It's just pink lemonade and vodka.
and it's delicious. But they had pink lemonade and vodka sitting in this giant, like, Gatorade cooler-esque sort of thing.
It's like what your mom would put like a thing of lemonade in when you were a child when all your friends were over.
Yeah, or like the
But then when you-
sangria at the grad party.
Exactly, I would
like,
say, but when you got older, it turned into sangria.
Yeah.
So a punch bowl
with a lid.
with a lid.
And
A
then
punch
one of those
bowl.
And a
little
spout.
with a little spout
It's
on
like the
it.
little...
Oh, the southern bullshit.
Yeah.
Like the
Sure.
We're having iced tea and lemonade.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
something you
Oh,
see in
okay,
like
okay,
a
okay.
Better Homes
Yeah.
and Gardens magazine or
Right,
something
right,
like
right,
that.
right,
Like
right. Okay.
so anyways, so we're getting, nice and schlossered on these things, and
We're at this point, we're 12 deep each. Because
Yeah.
like we just go up and like 2 more, please.
hammering these we were probably gassing these things for maybe an hour and a half or so, waiting for the Uber to come take us to SunTrust Park.
Because Atlantis. Well, it's Truist Park now. TRUI.
No free ads.
It's very weird because the SunTrust merged with the thing and the thing. Anyways, go ahead.
Meanwhile, Christian and I are just like over here doing crosswords and shit while we're gassing the rest of these. And yeah, it was an experience.
Take it.
I know the story is kind of dragging, so I'll pick it up a little bit. You could probably put the photo in here too, but Christian and I have a nice photo in the bathroom of this hotel holding up our wine glasses because that's all the alcohol they had left there.
That mirror was way too nice.
It was, but it was also dirty if you look at it close enough.
Oh, we're dirty boys. What can I say?
Sure. So yeah, we decided to leave our boss and basically ran rampant around Atlanta for the rest of the evening. I met up with some girls I went to school with that lived there, got a couple smooches.
I know some scooters were involved. I remember seeing those snaps.
Yeah.
Me and good old Jeremy were going down Centennial Park, which we will learn later. Bolt scooters aren't allowed in Centennial Park, nor any other electric scooters. We learned that the hard way. So we skedaddled on out of there after that. It was like 3 a.m. We're on some random back road in Atlanta, which probably isn't the safest place to be. Just seeing how fast we can go down a hill because it had a little speedometer on it telling you how fast you were going.
What you hit?
At one point, I got 27.
Ooh.
I was very proud of myself. for being at 3 in the morning.
Buddy,
It's a speed where you could cause some bodily harm.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
Yeah.
you were buzzing on that thing,
Yeah,
eh?
because it was just a street downhill, no cars were coming. We were like, let's go.
Gas.
Boom.
Did you get the speed wobbles?
Oh yeah.
How did you get out of them? Because that's not an easy thing to recover from.
My brain was already wobbling, so like speed wobbles made everything look straight.
This is why we're buddies, dude. Oh man,
It was an interesting time. I'll tell you that much.
it was a weekend, that's for sure. But I
would've-
don't know.
I would have just gotten back from SVG last Friday if it happened.
Yeah. Yep.
It would have just ended, and the Braves would have been playing the Cardinals, and I would have gone to a game Tuesday night.
It's baseball. Who cares?
Hey. You're talking to two people who follow baseball teams very closely. I think. I'm pretty sure she's a Cubs fan.
I do. I mean,
Huh?
I'm wearing the hat.
Pow, suck it.
I didn't
Sure.
follow them for a good 5 years there when we were hitting, 60, 70 wins. That was a little hard.
That must be nice.
Oh, Regan, what about you?
Well, I was just sitting here. One of my favorite stories with y'all was actually your going away party at Reds.
Mine?
Yeah.
I'm a little concerned.
Well,
I shouldn't be.
well,
You know it's
mostly it was an interesting night for me because I went with DeSanto.
Yeah.
I wish she could be here right now. The stories she
yeah.
could tell.
New Year's, Halloween. I wore this shirt.
Oh my God, those are some of my favorite drunk stories.
We can tell those, yeah. Once we get past this one, you keep rolling. We're
All
early
right.
in this thing.
So, so I'm at Reds, and I went with DeSanto and a guy named Derek we work with. We've already talked about it a little bit. And the whole night, Derek was on his Tinder or Hinge or whatever, and he kept going up to me and DeSanto, and he's like, "What should I say? What should I say?" And we were giving him bangers. We were giving him absolute bangers to send to these girls, and he would just go with the most white bread generic things
A very
ever.
Christian Fox.
Hey.
Find the banana one.
Hey.
Say it for everyone.
Hey. Most everybody knows at this point.
It's cheesy.
My favorite thing is at one point Christian goes to the bathroom. And so he comes back out towards the bar, and you were walking it was like you were afraid of whatever was in front of you because your feet were out in front of you, but your head and neck was behind you. So it was like you were trying not to walk into stuff.
That's my drunk wow.
We love that.
And then our waiter got thrown into Shem Creek.
Oh, shit! Yeah. Oh, my God, I forgot about that.
You remember that?
Because
Christian.
she came up to us after it happened, and she was soaked. She goes, sorry, got thrown in the creek. And I was like, what do you mean? How can I get thrown in the creek? Wait, let's pause on this one for a second. I wish I knew how that happened.
Is that a service at Reds? Can you get thrown in the creek? Because they really did. They
It's
just
after your first day of working
she
there or something. you get tossed
she
in.
closed out our tabs, disappeared, and then 10 minutes later, everyone carried her out of the kitchen, took her down to the docks, and just threw her in the creek.
You know how disgusting that is, by the way?
The creek is so gross.
I would jump in that creek in a heartbeat.
No, listen. Sarah, one of my friends, she tests water quality and stuff like that around here. All right, let's pump the brakes. Pump the brakes. She's in sustainability and public administration stuff like that, and she tests a lot of the water sites around the Charleston area, and she said Shem Creek is the most polluted body of water.
That in Colonial Lake, right?
Yes, within 5 counties of us.
I
So
believe it. I'm sure everything happens in that creek.
That it's like a river of AIDS.
Wow. My favorite thing I've seen in Shem Creek was it was straight out of Tom Sawyer. I was out there taking pictures one day. This dude just was floating down on this wooden raft, sitting on a stump playing a banjo.
Wait, what?
I have a picture of it somewhere. I'll find it for you.
I need that one.
This may be the time to say this too. I never was at your going away party.
You were not, no.
No, you didn't come.
I was sick.
Were you?
I'm pretty sure. I think I said I was sick.
You were sick.
Could have had a date. I don't know.
Probably.
I wouldn't have been a date.
I remember me and DeSanto trying to get you to go.
I remember.
I
me
had
trying to get
something
you to
going
go.
on. I think I had to shoot a wedding the next day. That's what it was.
Was it? I don't recall. It would have been a lot more fun. It was a lot more fun than your going away party. I'll say
My
that.
going away party sucked. I wore the shirt and I spilled a fucking drink on my. Sorry. Kid
You went to
show.
the same place too.
We did.
It was really
I spilled
odd.
a drink all over my shorts and it looked like I peed myself. I have
We
a
were
photo of that.
we were
too.
inside in the dining area, and there was
Ew.
we had like the kids table and then the adult table.
Yeah.
It was
I didn't
weird.
want the adults to be there, but I felt obligated to invite them.
I got yelled at by our boss because I didn't invite him to my going away party.
Well, then you would have ended up with the adult table. It was
Yeah.
weird.
It was. I was very happy with my going away party. I barely remember.
I was. You were enjoying yourself
I was.
thoroughly.
It doesn't take much for you to enjoy yourself, and that's part of the reason why I love you so much.
I really did get poopy faced in my going away. But you know what the funny part was? Is like we did the going away party. I didn't leave for like another week. I just like that was like the day that like worked out for me to like
amazing.
do it. And I was like, why not? Let's just make it a week early. It'll be a fine.
Oh shit! You still got me?
Yeah.
I pressed the switch. Sorry.
You idiot.
Sorry.
There it is. There it is. You're welcome. No, I think you and I ended up going somewhere afterwards because before you left, a girl that I used to date had to drop off clothing that she had of mine at your apartment.
Yes.
How did that work out?
So, you texted me about it, and then
How did you know her though? That's what I don't understand.
my older sister knows her from undergrad.
Ah, yes. Okay. Okay.
Wait, which girl?
I don't remember her name.
Jessica
Sure. Yes.
is her first name.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I usually know a fair amount about Nick's Conquest, but
Jessica.
Conquest is not the word I would use. I think. We'll go. Go.
Jessica and my older sister Nicole know each other from undergrad at JMU. Jessica moved to Charleston, and then good old Nick over here decided to make it one of his conquests, and then
Sue me.
the conquest ended. Wow, that picked up really nicely, actually. The conquest
Cascading pour.
the conquest ended, but she won technically the war because she came out with some clothing that was Nick's. So then I got an Instagram DM after you texted me saying she was bringing it to me and she needed my dress. And then we had to plan a whole thing. I had to get it, and then I had to bring it to work the next day to bring it to you, which I wasn't planning on going into work that day.
But you still did because you came for me, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, and that's a long drive for me at that time.
from
to get
Mount
to work.
Pleasant to CSU ain't no joke.
That's a hike and a half to get there.
I just said our place of work. I'm so sorry.
We'll bleep that out. Cut it out.
Yeah, we'll cut it out. We'll cut it out.
Just bleep it.
Yeah, that's what I get the sound for. I have a downloaded sound on here that's just curse word sound effect.
Love it.
Fuck.
Well, you need to do something like, I don't know, like nice little like meow or something like that.
Do like a beaver. Like what
anytime
noise
I-
does a beaver make?
Hey Regan, can you hit the record button for me?
Yeah, I could do that.
See, that's the little gray screen I was talking
Do you
about.
have a timer going?
So here's the issue with GarageBand, is that it doesn't give me a timer. It gives me the bar we're on.
Oh, you can change that.
Oh shit, can I?
Yeah, man, it's a digital.
Piece of time!
Yeah.
Time!
Yeah. Look at that. I don't know if y'all saw that, but he just gave his microphone a blowjob. It was really kind of impressive.
No, it was impressive. It was scary because sorry, it was freaking scary because that thing went pretty far down your throat there, pal.
Future listeners or any guests on this podcast, don't use that microphone.
No, this is one of the ones that goes on like the little. Like,
Oh, this is your
scissor
microphone?
Stand.
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
it goes on
okay,
the
okay,
scissor
okay.
stand.
Cool.
It goes, whoop, and then it just sits behind a pop filter.
Got a little pop filter going on?
Yeah, and a microphone cover too, which I took off because this microphone sounded quiet, so I took it off to make it a little bit louder. No, I'm saying.
Well, you just throated it, so
Yeah, I did.
Like-
honestly,
like
more impressive than half
deep-throated
the
it.
women I've been with. So
Wow.
good ups to you.
What can I say?
And
I'm
there
an
was no
impressive
teeth.
Person.
I was about to say teeth or no
There
teeth.
definitely was teeth because the bottom of my teeth really hurt.
Oh, so teeth.
There was
All right.
definitely some teeth involved.
PSA: don't get blow jibbers from Christian. He's not good at them.
That's not my forte. You know, it is my forte.
Drinking Bud Light.
There we go.
No free ads.
I was trying to think of something funny to say. You covered it for me there. I
Sure.
didn't have anything. I love Bud Light. I cannot explain to you. If you listen to my earlier podcast, someone had me explain the feelings I had when I crack open a Bud Light.
What about Bud Light Orange?
They were high on my list when it first came out. It's
Yeah.
recently fallen.
It's fallen a little bit.
Yeah. Are you gonna bring up the Office joke that we had going on for forever now? Is that why you brought up Bud Light Orange?
Well,
It's
just
not
whatever I
necessary.
think of you, I think of Bud Light, and then usually Bud Light Orange is like brought up at some point. Also, child, because either Bud Light Orange or a child is brought up.
Christian has a kid.
Well, let's phrase that differently in case my mom's listening. I don't have a child. I started a story badly one time at work, and it made it sound like I had a kid, which I don't. Mom,
Can
if
I be
you're
the
listening.
Godfather?
No, because I don't have a kid.
But if you had a kid, could I be the Godfather? I could be like Uncle Nick. You know how cool that would be?
You know how terrified I would be for you to be the religious leader of my child?
There's nothing religious about that relationship. I'm strictly Godfather by name, but like, I would take him to strip clubs. I would teach him, like the right
We're
kind
assuming
of
this
bud
is
to
going to be a
buy.
boy.
Sure, yeah. If it's a girl, I can still take her to strip clubs. I don't know if you'd want that, but like I can teach her, how to like the right way to, cut up blow and shit like that. Like
You know about that?
I read it in a book, I think. Once.
Oh, okay. Once or twice. He's a math guy, guys.
Math guy.
That guy.
28 grams in an ounce.
He knows how to take a chunk of coke and just eyeball it and know exactly how to evenly divide it. That's
Been watching
called,
a
that's
lot
called doing
of,
math.
Math guy.
Math.
Yeah. Also been watching a lot of the Netflix shows about like drug trafficking and stuff. So
Oh,
I feel like
God.
I'm pretty
he's
well
been
versed.
watching a lot of that. I can confirm.
Have you watched Cocaine Island?
Yes.
Great.
Terrific.
Great. Breaking Bad?
Reagan hasn't.
I have not seen Cocaine Island.
Breaking Bad?
I'm just not a meth guy.
I
I've
couldn't get-
seen enough of it going to school in Muncie.
I couldn't get into it, so it's okay. There was a big meth bust in Farmville the year after I graduated.
Wait, listen,
Wow.
we love to hear it.
Um,
Public good. Kids show.
So it was it was 2 years after I graduated because I was in Charleston when it happened. All I know is that I got on the old Twitter. That just made a loud bonk when you put that down on the
sorry.
table. You
I'm
want to
sorry.
avoid that, Regan?
I'm sorry.
That'd be great.
I'm sorry.
Is this better? Or is this worse?
It sounds the same on your end.
It's just a pop filter, so when you say your puss, it won't go. Sound engineer.
Sound guy. Reagan's sound guy.
Nick has his own cooking show called Shit Show Kitchen. When will Shit Show Kitchen be hitting the old platforms?
Well, it's in the scripting phase right now, and we're just kind of trying to figure out what the first couple of recipes are going to be. But my plan is to be at like a weekly or bi-weekly show, and it'll be like a YouTube series kind of thing. So it'll come out in the next week or two.
Next week or two, can we get an estimated opening date? Can I get a
What's
number?
today's date?
Today is the
What
5th.
is today?
Today is the 5th. Furlough life. I don't know the day. I don't know the date.
I forgot it was Friday, to be honest.
This podcast is going to come out on the 18th.
Okay. It will probably come out the same week as this podcast.
Okay.
Have we decided what our first dish is going to be?
First dish is going to be Parmesan risotto and scallops.
All right. I love this because I get to eat all of it.
Yeah, Reagan gets to shoot it and eat it, and I just cook for her, basically.
Fair.
Yes, I did have a mullet for a long time, and Christian can tell you how much he liked that later.
It's some serious lettuce.
His mullet was my phone background. I kid you not, for 3 months. Like, it was his face with a thumbs up and his mullet
and a mustache,
and a mustache as my phone background every day for 3 months.
and I
was-
appreciate that.
And I was dating someone, too, for part of that, and I still had it up. And they were very confused.
That's commitment. Christian's a loyal guy.
What can I say?
I mean, like you're a heartbreaker, but you're also a loyal guy. You're in it for the long haul, and I love that about you.
Heartbreaker. I hardly know her.
Oh, Christ.
This girl in the background of this picture wearing the Ball State 39, who's that?
That is my buddy Paul Rudolph's girlfriend at the time. I forget her name. She wasn't that great. We didn't really like her.
At the time, I'm guessing he's single now.
Probably.
Fair enough.
He's a strapping young man. He's got giant biceps, so like.
If anybody wants to get along with Nick, you should enjoy photography, wine, and or cooking.
I like all those. I'm a little domesticated.
What wine are we going with today, Nick?
This is a Line 39 Pinot Noir, no free ads, but it's from California, 2018.
You really let it sit, huh? Little 2018, let it just kind of sit on the shelf for a little bit.
Listen, I'm a big red guy, so like Pinot Noir, I like,
I also
Cab
enjoy
Savs.
redheads.
What?
Are you talking red wine or redheads? I enjoy redheads.
I also enjoy redheads a lot.
I also enjoy
I
reds.
have a funny story about a redhead, actually.
I also enjoy reds.
Reds is also fun.
There's a lot of red that
know.
I'm a fan of.
This is terrific. This is all coming full circle because I had a date with a redhead at Reds one time, and she had a twin sister, but she sent her sister on the date instead of her.
Why?
How does that happen?
This was week 2 of me living in Charleston before I even knew both of you guys. You guys have never heard the story, actually.
You got to put a mark on them so you can identify who's
Nick's
who.
had a very interesting living situation. I feel like when you're in Charleston. For a while there, he was living up on a blow-up mattress in a kitchen.
I did, yes. In one of the nicest apartments in Charleston, as an unpaid intern, I slept on an air mattress for the entire summer in a studio apartment shared with 2 other people. It was miserable.
But did he still pull? Yes.
Yes. Listen, like I'm not trying to pump my own tires here or anything like that, but like if you can pull while you're living on an air mattress in the kitchen of a studio apartment. What is this? Oh, 191919. That's my phone passcode. Sorry. For all of you who got to take my phone one day. I thought it was your phone. I didn't know. I'm drunk. Relax.
So
That sounds kind of cute, though, eh?
One of my favorite Christian stories.
no, this is nonsense.
It's a terrific story.
This made me want to not come into the office so many days.
Does he know about this?
Maybe.
I don't know if you know about this. But because it was.
You have no idea, actually. Which is a treat for all the listeners. Like, I know that we're like the guests on this podcast, but we're about to roast the shit out of Christian.
Didn't someone ask me if I had a kid?
So one of my friends was.
Oh yeah! I already know this. It was Bonnie.
Yeah, Bonnie. My friend Bonnie, like, I guess matched with him on some platform.
It was on Hinge.
On Hinge. Sent me a screenshot of it. And the remark was, doesn't he have a kid?
Which I don't.
I love my life so much.
So, so one of my friends thought Christian had a actual child.
Nope.
And was concerned about him out and about looking for some canoodling.
Canoodling's a strong word.
Is it?
What would you say? When you're on Hinge, what are you looking for? You looking for a pee-pee touch or a smooch or a canoodling? What do you want?
We went straight in for the BB touch.
Listen, some people want that.
Companionship.
Buddy, you're not on Match.com. You're on Hinge. What are you looking for?
Well, yeah, because Match.com costs money.
So does Hinge.
Not if you just do the free version.
What fun is that?
It's fun when it's free. You
Why
know
is
what I'm
it?
saying?
It's also front. Whoa. Depends on what you're buying, I guess. But
Wow.
I'm just saying.
have you ever been to a gay bar? I'm curious to hear about this.
See, so this is what I'm trying to figure out. People are telling me El Jefe is a gay bar, which they did do a drag show one time when we showed up, so I kind of believe it to a certain extent. I've never been to one purposely. I have walked into a drag show accidentally. Yes.
See, I go on purpose.
Why?
This is for all of you, straight men out there. This is a great
Define
time.
gay bar. Are we talking like men gay bar or women gay bar?
Like a male gay bar. Male gay bar.
Yes.
Muncie, Indiana. I'm going
Yes.
to paint the picture for you. It's called Mark's Tap Room, right across from the Fickle Peach. Okay?
The gay bar is not called the Fickle Peach.
No, which is an odd twist of events here. Like
It's just, was it Mark's Tap
Mark's
Room?
Tap Room.
Oh, that's so unassuming.
It is, which is why we stumbled in there.
I love this.
And it was empty. My buddies and I were all there, but we got free drinks the whole night. So we used the gay bar as a pregame to the regular bars, and then we spend less money.
See, vice versa, a lot of girls I knew like to go to gay bars because they can go and dance and not get hit on.
We also did that, but we got hit on.
Well, yeah, you're in a male gay bar.
And I'm not gonna lie, like I have a sweet ass, so like, I mean, I squat, like
I squat.
What do you not? Do you not? Christian has a fat ass.
I just don't do any gym related.
Dude, you look like Mrs. Incredible from the Incredibles movie. Like you got a dump truck ass.
Thank you.
Dump truck.
It's a compliment.
You said Mrs. I just got confused. Like, anyways, go ahead. I'm looking.
It's a healthy couple handfuls, but either way, like, I think gay bars are underrated.
Explain. Break it down.
Because you get free drinks, like how I just explained. Like, as a straight man, I enjoy going to gay bars and getting hit on and getting free drinks.
I've never had that happen to me.
Well, have you ever gone to a gay bar?
No.
Well, then I guess you got to start going.
I went to this bar.
Big Virginia. I'm sorry.
I got Regan the map of all of the states based off of West Virginia.
I also like Island, Virginia.
Wait, what's Michigan?
Michigan is West North Virginia.
That's a bunch of bullshit. We're not even close to there.
That's why it's West North.
My favorite is Montana. West North West North Virginia.
That's a mouthful, eh?
What a great
This is
state
quality.
name that
I
would be.
need this sent to me immediately.
The moment I saw that, I was like, "This is amazing."
I love that. Sorry,
so
that was so
perfect.
sidetracked. Gay bars, underrated, free
Gay
drinks.
bars.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you don't even get a finger in your butt. Which also...
Which Nick He did it again, ladies and gentlemen.
There was no teeth on that one.
No teeth. He's getting better. He's learning. He's a quick learner.
Well, you brought it up, so you got to break it down.
I unintentionally brought it up.
Are you sure?
Are you sure?
Are you sure?
Unassumingly, yes.
Just like that finger.
Break it down for us, step by step.
I went on a date with this girl.
Oh, yeah.
27 years old.
How old
I'm gonna.
are you?
I was 21.
A young ripe.
I was just fresh for the picking, a ripe Charleston young man, fresh out of college.
Living on an
and
air mattress.
Living on an air mattress. On an unpaid intern budget. I went on a date with this girl. We got drinks somewhere. I don't remember. I don't remember who she is. I don't remember where we went. The only thing I remember from that night is how we hooked up. So we went back to her house, and we get to, canoodling, smooching a little bit, stuff like that. We're watching some bullshit show on Netflix, like the usual when you're about to hook up with someone. And I don't really know how to put this any other way, but she put her finger in my ass at one point.
He was a little scared.
So I was on the bottom, she was on top, and then there was didn't even lick her fingers, not a little courtesy, none of that. Like, just straight dry finger in the ass, reach around, and I went, whoa!
Oh, yeah.
I said, what are you doing? Her response was, oh, you don't like that? No! No, I don't. All right? In fact, the opposite of like that. I hate that. What are you doing? She goes, oh, okay. Sorry.
She say sorry or sorry?
She said sorry. Like, listen. I was so mortified in that moment that I just kind of sat there, and I think she kind of picked up on it because the look on my face must have been like I'd seen a ghost or something.
A ghost.
Because she stops and she goes, well, if I stop, will you stay overnight? And I said, no. What? I'm not staying overnight unless you give me a cork or... Sorry, kid show. Unless you give me like a cork or something to put in there, because I'm not trying... Like, it's an exit only, okay? Like... It is an exit only, no entrance. So I left. I left her place at like 2:30 in the morning.
Lock her up. Throw away the key.
I was very scared. Listen, you talk about feeling vulnerable. Like, I get it. that was not a fun situation for me. And the whole ride home, I was listening to like, I vividly remember I was listening to Def Leppard because I was trying to hype myself up to like not think about the fact that someone had just penetrated me a little bit. And
then you somehow ended up on like Marvin's Room by Drake.
No, I ended up, I think the last, actually, no. I remember the last song that I ended up driving home to was a Tame Impala song. And I was just like, this is so fitting for the night. And I shut it off. I kept my phone in my car that night and I went back up to my air mattress in the kitchen and I fell asleep.
What a ride. What a ride.
Who is the German group you always played in the car when we would go to like lunch and stuff like that?
Listen, Vitas, Gunther and the Sunshine Girls.
Gunther and the Sunshine
Girls. His hit single Pleasure Man, great song.
Yes.
I mean, like he's got a bunch like Pantalones, another great one.
So I just want you guys to know, I always wanted to get lunch with you guys. If I ever said no, it was because I didn't want to deal with that today.
Oh, you want to touch my
exactly.
Oh, my ding ding dong.
And then
Every
there's like
lunch.
some German house music, just
Every lunch.
the whole time, and it's just like
There's actually, I'm pretty sure there's a Snapchat or Instagram video of me out there looking like I wanted to die.
That was
in the back
to-
seat of Nick's car.
That was to soak up the sun because I
Yes.
was killing it.
big Sheryl
Yeah,
Crow
but like,
guys.
but we started on Touch My Tra-La-La.
Yes.
And
and
ended
then we
up,
went to Sheryl Crow.
Yes.
And then we went to Cascada Every Time We Touch.
which I have this fantastic video of every time we touch.
That's honestly probably one of the better memories of working at the place we all worked at.
My
Winding
favorite
up cables at the after the football game.
little snafus.
Oh, the old snap.
The old snafus. Because
God, I hated
love that word.
snafus.
because other people can't do their job right, so we have to fix it for them.
You darn
But
right.
people are idiots. Like, let's just call
Yeah.
a spade here.
Yeah,
people
people are
suck at their
idiots.
jobs, and we have to pick up the slack for a lot of them.
Yeah.
We'll say Travis, a former basketball player that we're friends with, just replied to my Snapchat story of me and you sipping the margaritas. And he said, when she's on top and you're trying to get a titty. I'll send you this photo so you can put it in.
Oh.
You tell him he's in the podcast now. We still follow each other on Instagram.
He's
too.
the king of slap ass, too. You know what I mean?
Give me it. Say it.
Slap ass. I'm a baseball player. Come get your slap ass, Christian.
I can't do the voice, so that's why I just leave it to him at this point in my life.
I just airdropped it to you.
I just got a notification, so. Wait, did you airdrop it to my MacBook, you idiot?
I airdropped it to Christian Fox.
Yeah, it was my MacBook you airdropped it to, you dummy dumb.
Dummy dum dum dum.
Now I got it. Thank you. Jeez.
Japers. Jeez.
Jesus
Any
Christ.
South Park
Okay.
people here? Hey, the Australian girl asked how the podcast is going.
You could tell her that you would like to fuck a goat.
I'd rather not.
Meow.
Because I'd like to.
I would like to meow a goat.
Listen, I don't want to do anything to a goat. Let's make this clear.
Meow. Meow.
I'm sorry, I didn't
Was
see
that a
your-
child or a goat? Like, Christian sounds like he's trying to.
Oh, pause. Halt.
Pause.
You stop right there, sir.
All right, we're cutting this whole part out. I need more wine. Fuck. Meow.
Well, the mic wasn't to your mouth. I told you this would happen. You get drunk, people start taking the mic away from their mouths, and they
I'm
start
not
falling
taking the
apart.
mic away.
Listen, you win.
Yeah, because I'm trying to censor myself.
Meow.
What are we doing right
Side note, I really miss these guys, and I'm so glad they're here.
This might be a good time to end the podcast at this point. We're an hour and 13 in, about to be an hour and 14 in. We're an hour and 14 in right now. Do you guys have any other stories you would like to tell?
There's
before
too many.
Why
We'd
are
be
we
here
hammered
forever.
right now doing a podcast?
I just want to know if you guys have any more stories you'd want to tell right now before we end this episode 7 of this would be episode 8. Episode 8, Gettin' Litty with Critty.
No, not off the top of my head.
I'll be honest, there was a football game at the place we all worked together. I came mimosa drunk. I was super out of it. I messed up like 6 cables. That's on me. I'll admit that.
Oh, my other favorite one is whenever he got excited because the other team scored and he broke the replay machine.
Let's talk about that real quick.
That was a great story.
So we were playing the what was it, like University of Virginia Lynchburg or something
The
like
Dragons.
that? The old Dragons. It was just not a Division 1, not a Division 2, not a Division 3.
Nope, not that either.
But an NCAA college. And you're like, wait, did he say CCAA? That's what I said, CCAA. Part of the National Christian Collegiate Athletic Association. I shit you not, that's a real thing. These guys came in to the university we worked at, which does not have a great football program at this time.
No.
And got routed, like, what was it, 49-7 was the final score or
It was
something like
something
that?
ridiculous.
And when they scored those 7 points, I got really excited and started jumping up and down on our broadcast trailer. Little did I know, our replay machine is very sensitive to movement in general.
We hugged during this jumping, didn't we?
Yes,
Yeah,
because you were working graphics, Nick.
No, I was on
I was
graphics.
on
Or you-
audio.
Oh yeah, that's what it was. And we started jumping around. Woo, we're having a great time. Boom, the replay stopped working. And then the replay stopped working, and then we're like, what? Uh-oh. And like, I'm sitting there, I'm getting yelled at. No one else is getting yelled at, by the way, and someone else was jumping in the trailer, but I'm the one that's getting yelled at because I was the one that was on replay. And it took a quick little restart. We got around to the end of the game. Started working for the end of the game, so it was okay. It just, we were in a bad position there for a little bit.
It was fantastic.
It was, maybe for you.
Well, it was funny to me because up until this point, the replay machine hadn't been working. And it finally started working for this game.
Yeah.
We screwed it up. I'm sorry.
First of all, we did not screw it up.
Listen, if we're gonna talk about how that replay machine got screwed up, something happened prior. We just made it worse.
Yes. We didn't help it.
No, we didn't help it at all.
Definitely not.
But yeah, that's a.
I was gonna say, you got yourself a cork there now,
There
huh?
you go. He's got a butt plug now.
Keep this in my wallet. It's not a butt plug. It's a precautionary measure.
It's like a reverse.
What I love about this is that you'll put that in there, but like a little pinky finger can't do it.
Shoot.
What finger did she put in when she put it in?
It was huge. That's all I know.
Pinky finger.
It may have been her fist. It really could have. I don't know.
I doubt that.
And we're gonna end it there. So this podcast ends in a way that I doubt.
Wait, I have one more story.
Oh, you have another story. All right, let's go another story.
Christian.
I'm Christian.
How many times do we go to Hooters after football games?
Too many times.
Okay. Do you remember a girl by the name of Delilah by chance?
Hey there, Delilah. What's it like in New York City? Yes.
So, Christian and I would frequent Hooters after football games and basketball games just because they had cheap wings and it was something that was open late that was close to the place of work that we were at.
Exactly.
Oftentimes, like first off, this is the Hooters in North Charleston, South Carolina. It's not exactly the hottest talent you've ever seen at an establishment.
If you've been to Charleston, imagine the exact opposite. That's not
Sure,
Charleston.
like picture Flint, Michigan, but there's the Hooters there.
Oh no.
I can say that I'm from there.
Is there not a Hooters
Not
in
Flint.
Flint, Michigan?
I'm sure there is, but I'm from the opposite side of the state. But either way, we would frequent this place, and there was this girl named Delilah that was our server one night. And this was actually the night that you and I danced to Every Time We Touch outside of the press box.
Oh,
as we
I have
were
a
cleaning
cute
up.
video
Yep.
of that.
Yeah,
So,
there is a video of it.
We were already juiced up from that, and I just remember, like, I was so excited to go to Hooters.
Was this
I
the
was like,
visor night?
This was the visor.
This is a visor
he
night.
was wearing a nice little tracksuit, nice little polo action going on, a great little mustache and mullet, and a visor.
Was this the one where we took a picture before the game? Was this the Kennesaw
Yes.
State game?
Yeah.
Yes, I'll send you the picture.
Yeah, it was Kennesaw State. We got routed. Bad.
But
It was not a great time.
so we go to Hooters, right? And at this point, I'm like a couple blue moons in, like we're having ourselves a night, eating some wings. And I just remember thinking to myself, like, I looked across the table, I said, Christian, I'm going to ask for her number. And this is our waitress. Of course, the scummy thing to do at a Hooters is ask the waitress for the number. So I eventually said, you know what, no, like, I convinced myself otherwise, like, not going to do it, whatever. So we get our checks, and I open my check to sign. And she, in a shocking turn of events, had put her number on my receipt. Her name was Delilah. And
Did you forget her
This
name?
is the girl that wanted you to go to the fair and take pictures of her friends, right?
yes, this girl also texted me the next day.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
See, I
That
know the
girl.
conquest.
So
The player got played. Ooh, wow, I'm glad
That was, you got a little bit on there,
for-
buddy.
like, I know we're not recording right now, but like
That almost
Christian
went
just
south
almost
fast.
spilled his entire tall Bud Light over the keyboard of his laptop, and that would have been a bad day.
Good
Would
thing
not
I
have
drank
been Litty
most
with
of it.
Critty.
It would have been the end of Getting Litty with Critty. Anyways, go ahead.
But yeah, so basically, this girl is crazy and stuff. Turns out she asked to come over to my apartment afterwards.
Apartment.
And I remember saying, all right, whatever. Like, I was a little buzzed and
Hustle
having a
up.
good time.
Get through the stupid details.
She comes over. I remember her coming up to the apartment. I opened the door, and she looked completely different than the girl that I got the number from at Hooters. That's all I remember. So I was like, oh, I guess I have to entertain this for like a half hour or whatever and say I got to go to bed. But like, I just remember
Continue.
the last thing she said to me before she left afterwards, like, okay, sure, like we did whatever. The last thing she said to me is, oh, like I hope to see you again. And I just remember in my drunken state, I said, I don't. And I closed the door and she went home.
And she still asked for photos at the
She
fair.
did. She did. Now she has a boyfriend, I think. Good for her.
Good for her. Way to go, Delilah. I hope you never hear this podcast.
I kind of hope she does.
All right, we're good now? We're through all of our
I'm
stories?
set.
You're set? Are you set, Regan? You got anything else you want to say?
I'm good.
So, Regan, I'm going to guess you still have a lot of drink in that drink. So I might let you...
A little bit.
Oh, you might be okay. The way the podcast finish offs is we're going to cheers, and everybody's got to finish their drink.
Oh, me. That's a lot of wine there, eh, bud?
Got yourself a nice little pour there, huh?
That's how the show works. Yeah, you can take a pre-chug drink. That's how the show works. So everybody understand the rules. As Larry stated, we can't finish the podcast until all the drinks are empty.
Indeed.
All right, everybody, cheers it out. Thank you so much for being on the podcast. I appreciate it very much. I'm glad we were able to get together and do this again. As always, I'm so glad we all work together. Yeah! And let's finish it out.
Holy cack and balls. Cheers.
Good?
Good.
Good. Thank you so much for listening to another episode of Getting Litty with Critty. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Remember, you can find this on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, TuneIn Radio. You can find it on YouTube later this week. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. Do you have any more closing remarks you want to say at this very moment?
I just got another hinge match.
All right.
I'm good.
All right, thank you so much, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye.